It was found in a thrift store in Switzerland. The wooden box says 1898, and inside is a set of metal tools that look medical, but not quite like any standard surgical kit. Some are curved, others are flat or oddly shaped. The shopkeeper didn't know what it was for either. Maybe surgery, maybe veterinary use, maybe something else entirely. The tools seem too specialized for general use. Any idea what kind of procedure this could have been for? This is a set of tree panning tools historically used in early forms of brain surgery to relieve pressure caused by head trauma, swelling, or blood buildup. Tree panning, also known as trephination, involved drilling or scraping a hole into the human skull. And while the idea sounds extreme today, it was a common medical practice for centuries. The set typically includes various hand-cranked drills, circular saws, and scraping tools, each designed to remove a section of skull bone with as little damage as possible to the surrounding tissue. Many kits were crafted with precision and care, often housed in wooden or leather cases and used by military surgeons or battlefield medics. Surprisingly, some patients survived tree panning procedures, especially in societies with advanced healing knowledge, making these tools not just relics of ancient medicine, but evidence of early surgical innovation. It was found in the driveway with no clear origin, just lying there between two vehicles. It is a small but heavy object, about 2 inches top to bottom. The orange part is made of rubber while the rest is metal. One side had a rubber O-ring that appears sheared off, and there's a thin, rod-like piece that looks like it acted as a pivot point. Most notably, there's a fox head stamped into the metal. Could this be a part from one of the vehicles nearby? Or something completely unrelated? What could it have been used for? This is the Right Line Gear Anti-Theft Trailer Coupler Ball and Lock, a clever security device designed to protect your trailer by sealing off its hitch coupler. It was found in a garage full of old tools, woodworking, mechanical, and everything in between. Heavy steel about the length of a forearm with 2 big spheres at the ends. The center rods slide and pivot on a shaft, and the spheres, though now chipped, were once painted. No markings, just solid metal. Maybe part of a bigger tool, maybe just a weird counterweight, no one really knows. What kind of work would need something like that? This is a toilet seat hinge with built-in counterweights. The 2 round metal balls aren't just decorative, they're actually counterbalances designed to help the seat close more gently and stay in place when lifted. The hinge attaches to the toilet bowl using bolts, and you'll often see rubber or silicone gaskets on those bolts. Those soft gaskets serve a specific purpose. They protect the enamel surface of the toilet bowl from cracking or chipping under pressure. This type of hinge was more common in vintage or higher-end toilet seats, especially those made from heavier materials like wood or porcelain. Over time, they've been replaced by plastic or soft close models, but the principle remains clever and effective. It was found in an old house, some kind of oddly shaped scissors with one blade forming a sharp O and the other a pointed triangle. No markings, no hints about the maker. The inner edge of the O is sharpened all the way around, and the top points of the triangle blade are too. Tried it on gauze. Nothing. Paper, fabric, still no clue. Feels like it was made for something very specific. Any idea what these were actually meant to cut? This is a pair of Quail Egg Scissors, a specialty kitchen tool designed to cleanly cut the tops off quail eggs. Unlike chicken eggs, quail eggs have a much tougher membrane beneath their fragile shell, which makes them surprisingly tricky to open without crushing or making a mess. These scissors solve that problem with a small curved blade and a circular opening that fits neatly over the top of the egg. With a quick squeeze, the blade snips through both the shell and the membrane, creating a clean edge so the egg can be poured out easily. No shell fragments, no mess. They're especially useful in restaurants or home kitchens where quail eggs are used for sushi, garnishes, or gourmet dishes. Without a tool like this, prepping multiple eggs would be a real hassle. Have you tried using them before? It was found at a school, a chair with enough straps to secure all 4 limbs. Even the school nurse had no clue what it was for. Didn't look medical, Didn't seem like typical school equipment either. What was this chair meant to do? This is a chair for children with disabilities, common in special ed rooms. The straps help a child with poor muscle tone stay upright, and the pommel keeps a child's legs from scissoring if they have high muscle tone. The tray in the background helps them stay upright by giving them somewhere to rest their arms and also allows them to do their schoolwork. My friend got this from his grandfather after he passed. It works great as a coffee table, but no one actually knows what it was meant for. He knows his grandpa built it, just not why. There are a few holes along the side, maybe for dowels, candles, and those curved wood pieces seem like they were meant to cradle something, but what? Any idea what kind of table this might be? This is a sailmaker's bench, a traditional workbench designed for the hand sewing and repair of sails. It's made to be sat on, with the user's legs stretched straight out in front, allowing a large piece of canvas to be spread across the lap. This setup gives the sailmaker full control and visibility as they stitch heavy material using tools like a sailmaker's palm, needles, and wax twine. The holes at one end of the bench are used to hold marlin spikes and fids, essential tools for working with rope and canvas. The rectangular compartments serve as open storage for sewing supplies like beeswax, twine, and spare needles. Everything needed is within easy reach, making the work more efficient. It was found in an old used car, about 2.75 inches long with a 1/4 inch plug. Looks like a headphone jack at first glance. But here's the weird part. There's a red piece on the end that might be a light, yet it didn't do anything when plugged into a stereo jack. No sound, no light, just silence. Any idea what this might have been used for? This is a key holder designed to mount on the wall and look like the front panel of a classic guitar amplifier. Instead of turning up the volume, the knobs and jacks serve a different purpose. They're actually key hooks. Each hook resembles a 1/4 inch input jack, and the keychains that come with it have real guitar plug ends, so you plug in your keys just like you would a guitar cable. It's a clever and stylish way to store your keys, especially for musicians or fans of vintage amps. It was found at a thrift shop, a solid sterling piece weighing 60 grams marked Tiffany & Company. At first glance, it looks like a deep spoon or scooper, but there's a sharp pike at the end opposite the handle. Definitely not just kitchenware. Too deep for a regular spoon, too sharp to be casual. What could something like this have been used for? This is a bar jigger, a simple but essential tool used in bartending to measure liquor for cocktails. Bar jiggers help ensure consistency and balance in drink recipes. They come in a variety of materials, from stainless steel to copper, and vintage versions, especially those made of silver or produced by high-end makers like Tiffany & Company, are now highly collectible. They were spotted just before a railway crossing, rows of conical pads placed alongside the tracks. They're firm-looking, not soft, and spaced evenly like they serve a specific function, not a common sight on most rail lines. What are these conical pads really for? This is an anti-trespass panel, a safety feature used by railways to deter people from walking along or across train tracks. Made from tough rubber or composite materials and studded with large pyramidal spikes or raised surfaces, these panels are laid down on the ground, especially near unauthorized crossings or stations. It's a passive barrier meant to reduce risky behavior and improve safety without needing constant surveillance. Out in the middle of nowhere, along Route 50 in Utah, a drone caught sight of these odd structures, scattered across a vast field, each one spaced maybe a 1/4 mile apart. No buildings, no fences, just wide open land and these mysterious installations. Could they be part of an old military test range? Weather monitoring? Seismic activity? What do you think these lonely structures are doing way out there? This is part of the Telescope Array Project, a large-scale international scientific experiment designed to detect and study high-energy cosmic rays, particles from outer space that strike the Earth's atmosphere with extreme energy. Located in the Utah desert, the project uses a combination of surface detectors, like the one pictured, and fluorescence telescopes to track the air showers created when cosmic rays hit the atmosphere. These surface detectors, often resembling large metal boxes with solar panels, are spread out across a wide area and record the secondary particles from these cosmic events. It's powered by solar energy and typically contains scintillators and photomultiplier tubes to capture and convert particle activity into data. It's a critical piece of a much bigger puzzle, helping scientists explore the origins and behavior of cosmic rays and, by extension, deepen our understanding of the universe. Ever seen anything like this out in the desert or near scientific stations? All along the southern coast of Spain, these giant circular concrete blocks sit like ancient ruins from some industrial past. Some have a smaller top piece, kind of like a cap, and they're just there. Dozens of them, maybe hundreds. They look like they could break waves or at least slow them down. Could be part of coastal erosion control, right? Or maybe they're mooring bases for boats or old military fortifications, or even something left over from harbor construction. Anyone recognize these coastal giants or know what they were really meant for? This is a storm drain outflow system, part of the infrastructure that helps cities manage rainwater and prevent flooding. When it rains, water collects on roads and highways. Instead of pooling or causing traffic hazards, it flows into storm drains, those grates you see along the curbs, and travels through a network of underground pipes like this one. These outflow pipes eventually discharge the storm water into nearby bodies of water, such as rivers, lakes, or the ocean. The manhole cover nearby serves as a clean-out access point. Over time, debris like sand, trash, or leaves can clog the pipes. When that happens, maintenance crews open the manhole, go in, and manually remove the blockage to keep the water flowing properly. It was spotted right alongside the train tracks, just a flat metal plate with numbers and months etched into it in a circular pattern. At first glance, it almost looks like a calendar mashed up with a gauge. Could it be a maintenance marker, something Amtrak or rail crews use to log inspection dates or record service cycles? Any idea what this metal plate could be used for? This is an unused ID tag for thermite welds, a small but important part of railroad maintenance and quality control. When two lengths of rail are joined using thermite welding, a process that uses a chemical reaction to create molten steel and fuse the rails together, these tags are used to record vital information about the weld. Typically, the tag is stamped with details like the date, location, and the welder's ID using a metal punch. After the weld is complete, the tag is attached to the rail near the weld, often by welding or bolting it on. Why does this matter? If a weld fails down the line, crews can trace it back to the exact person and process that created it. That accountability helps improve safety, ensures proper training, and allows systematic inspection of all similar welds. So while it might just look like a small piece of stamped metal, it's actually a key part of making sure our rail systems remain strong and safe. It was spotted at a thrift store, just a metal frame with a series of adjustable loops that slide along tracks marked in centimeters. No branding, no clear function, but clearly made for precision. The loops are evenly spaced and hold firm once adjusted. Any ideas what this could have been used for? This is a guitar finger expander and trainer tool designed for beginners learning guitar or ukulele. It helps build finger strength, flexibility, and independence, especially useful for those struggling to stretch or control their fingers when forming chords. The device typically has spring-loaded buttons, one for each finger, that simulate the feel of pressing on strings. Players use it by pressing down each button individually or in combination, mimicking real fretting hand movements. Over time, this strengthens the muscles and tendons in the hand, making it easier to play clean notes and fast transitions. It's especially helpful for improving control over the ring and pinky fingers, which are often the weakest. Many music students carry it for off-instrument practice, during a commute, in class, or at work, so they can continue developing finger control even without a ukulele or guitar in hand.